Hi, I'm Sabine, the Purpose Lawyer. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this podcast. It really goes a long way. It helps us spread the good word. And if you or anybody you know is in the market for legacy or estate planning or business or trademarks, please reach out to our firm. It's the Ambitious Legacy Firm. We are licensed in New York and New Jersey, but we have service partners in all states. So we'd love to work with you. Asset protection, legacy planning, trademarks. We got you. All right. So it's the ambitiouslegacyfirm.com. Now let's get into the episode. Welcome to another episode of the Ambitious Legacy Podcast. I'm your host, Sabine, the Purpose Lawyer. Thank you for listening and thank you for helping me be on purpose. So today was super challenging. I'm so happy that I got here to talk to you guys today, but everything was going wrong. It was one of those days that everything was going wrong. I couldn't log into my computer for like over an hour. Then I started recording the episode and the battery died, where I changed battery right before I got started. So one of those days, but I'm here, we're here. And it's really fitting for this episode because when I first started this podcast, I wanted to sort of not only just talk about legacy planning and the things that you need to sort of do to secure your legacy, but also just all different parts of our lives, right? Because our lives actually make up, who we are, all the different things that impact us, and then will determine, the mark that we leave on this world. And so we always have, everybody has this idea of what their life should look like, or, what they want to be, what they want to do, like how they want to live. And things don't always go according to how we want them to go, right? There's tons of surprises and tons of things that happen. And what I've been thinking about lately this week, because I got some bad news about, someone that I knew, is that we just never know, right? Like life is so short and we want to really take advantage of the things that we want to do in life. And we also want to be mindful of learning from examples of others, right? When you hear something that impacts your life, when you speak to somebody, meet somebody, or hear something that impacts you, you want to figure out or start thinking about what lessons do I take from this? What lessons do I learn from this? And how does this either make me a better person or make me live my life better or make me do things differently? And so that's what I've started to do with the things that I've been experiencing. So I didn't do an episode on this, I don't believe, before, but I wanted to sort of share with you guys an experience that I had last year. And so last summer, the time went by so fast. I can't even believe that it's been over a year already. But in 2021, in the summer, I had been, because 19 was super busy, and then we had COVID in 2020, and I hadn't been to the doctor for a while. And so I went in 2021, I started to go back and deal with, regular visits and things like that. And then I had some tests done because I found some irregular activity happening within my body. And so I, went to the doctor, and the doctor was not too pressed about it. They were like, it's fine, you're young, if you want to, you can do this other test, right? And I was like, oh, okay, I'll do this other test because, I don't I'm not a hypochondriac, but I've never been afraid of finding out what's really going on. And I'm always ready to take action. So whether it be a holistic thing, I'm happy to take, juice shots and things like that, and steam and do whatever I need to do if I feel like I'm ill or if I feel like something's not quite right. I'm one of those people who are willing to take action. So I didn't want to hide from whatever it was. I'm yeah, let's find out. So I did another test led to another test, led to another test. And so I go back in I believe it was June of 2021 to see my GYN. And when I got to the office, it was weird because I got there was a few people sitting there, but I wasn't the last person to come in. But for some reason, I'm sitting there And typically it's not a doctor's office where you're waiting there for hours and hours and you just like, what's going on? They're fairly quick when it comes to seeing people. So I'm sitting there, I see one person go, and then the next person go, and the next person go, and I'm like, and I'm in the middle of my workday, so I'm trying to go hit it and quit it and get back to what I was doing. And then I realized I'm literally like the last person sitting in the room. And then I noticed, because like the office waiting area is not that big, so the receptionist is talking and she's like, oh yeah, she's here. And I'm like, I'm like, nah, they're not talking about me. And she's like, yeah, she's still here. So the doctor, or she just got here, something like that. Like, it wasn't that I just got here, but I was a little bit late for my appointment. But anyways, I was there. So I heard them talking about me. I say that to say they were talking about me. And I was like, that's weird. But I kind of like brushed it off like, no, everything's fine. Doctor calls me in. Mind you, I'm 38 years old, married, have a kid, 8-year-old at the time, and fairly healthy. Like, I don't have any ailments, health issues, thank God. I take care of myself. I try to eat fairly well and work out and all that good stuff, right? And if a doctor ever tells me that you need to have less sugar or do whatever the case is, I listen. I'm not one of those people who are like, nah, whatever, I got this. So anyways, I go into the office, I sit down, the doctor's telling me that, because I had a procedure in my, I guess, in my uterus, I would say. I had a procedure done, and basically they tested it. And so she's telling me the test results, and she looks at me and she's like, yeah, so, we tested what we found, and it turns out that it was cancerous. And I'm looking at her like, it was almost like surreal. Like, nah, you didn't just say that. Like, like rewind. Like, I wanted her to be like, no, I'm sorry. Oh my God, that's not what I meant. But she was serious. And I was like, what? That's exactly what, my exact response. What? And so she was like, you know what? I'm so sorry. There's nothing in your charts that would say you're a candidate for this. There's nothing in your health, your age, nothing like that would say that this is the story that you would have, right? And so I was blown away. After that, I, called my husband, called my family, and all that, and kind of explained what was going on. And she was referring me to an oncologist. And so I don't want to drag this whole story out, but, at the end of the day, after about 2 months, I had surgery, removed everything that could have, been involved with that cancer situation. It hadn't spread, and I was able to resume, a healthy lifestyle fairly quickly after that. And so I say that to say that, we don't really know what life is going to bring, but the best thing that we could do is to be grateful for what we do have. So, I'm grateful for resumed health. I'm grateful for the lessons that I learned. I'm grateful for having that experience so that it made me much more compassionate for other people who go through, situations. When you're someone who's used to being healthy, you kind of cannot relate to what other people are going through. And nor do you really want to, in a sense, like nobody's asking for it. But it allowed me the opportunity, in my opinion, with fairly little burden, to be able to have compassion for people who go through certain types of illnesses and things of that nature, right? And so I wanted to tell you guys, what did I learn from this situation, having gone through this? So 3 things that I learned. One is that life is short. We do not need to complain about anything that goes on in our lives. So having gratitude for every day, focusing on the 80% of good that's in your life versus the 20% of bad or annoying or frustrating or, unfairness or whatever the case is, has really brought me another level of peace that I can't even really explain. Like, I don't spend time like feeling sorry for myself, wallowing, woe is me, you know what I mean? Like, I don't do that anymore. I'm human, so like it does come up, but I have tools now to deal deal with it. Like, I focus on gratitude. I don't really focus on, complaining at all. And so, like, every day you should look at what are the things that I can be happy for, even in the worst, saddest moments that you're experiencing in life. Like, what are the things that I could be happy for? I'm breathing, right? Because if you're if you're watching this, you're breathing, you woke up, you have hopefully food and shelter and all that good stuff. Like, go back to the basics. And really what I've realized in life with all of the opportunities that I've had and the experiences that I've had is that what it really boils down to is the things that are most important to me is my family, and my health. Right? Like, that is the biggest, most important thing. So anything else can be replaced, like, money, whatever it is, can be replaced, but your life and the ones who are important to you, those cannot be replaced. So cherish those things while you have them, right? Two, the second thing that I wanted to talk about is that nothing is more important than optimizing your health. So making sure that you're eating right, that you're exercising, that you're doing things to help your mental health, because I found that strengthening my mental health was the biggest thing that got me through, right? Because when you're in a negative mind state, it doesn't allow the body to do what it needs to do to be happiest, right? Because you have all these chemical imbalances that are going on that interfere with your body doing the work that it needs to do. So when you're in the most optimal mind state, you're focusing on what's good, what's, happy, what's joyous, what's great, you're focusing on gratitude. All those things sort of help your body to heal. That's number one. And number two, when things come your way, you're able to deal with them a lot better because you've already have mental stability, right? And I'm coming from a place where, like, I was always all over the freaking place, y'all. Like, up, down, left, right, whatever it is, like, notoriously moody, like, seriously emotional mess. But I've been able to, through doing meditation, doing yoga, journaling, reading, a lot of self-help, whatever you're going through, there is a book on it. Like, somebody has been through it and is able to walk you through that process. Like, reading has been super, super cathartic and has also helped me to realize, like, I'm not alone. Like, the thought process that you have and the experiences that you have, other people have gone through them too, and they found ways to sort of deal with them. And the more that you read on that subject, that topic, you'll find tools that you could use to help you. Now, everybody's way is not going to be your way, right? And everybody's way is not going to be helpful for you. But what I think is that, and what I found to be true is that you should never stop seeking knowledge, right? So you can get a little bit from everyone and come up with your own game plan, come up with your own solution for the things that you're kind of going through. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. It doesn't have to be, a rigid way. It's just like what resonates with you, what speaks to you and actually works, right? Because it's not true. It doesn't work until it works for you, right? So that's another thing that you need to, maximize your health. And in maximizing your physical health, your mental health is extremely, extremely important. And I would say about 80% or 70% of my me time working on my mental health, and not working, but just feeding my mental health, feeding my spirit, feeding my well-being, whatever it is that I like to do. And those things are like reading and meditating and going to the spa, relaxing and just having a good old time. Chasing after things has never served me in a good way. And so I decided to release that and just focus on, the good things that I already have in my life. And that has brought me more good things, to be honest. Like, I don't worry about a lot of things and I'm still super provided for. My business is super provided for. My family is super provided for. So rest easy in that. So the third thing that I wanted to, point out that I learned from this situation, this illness that I had for a short period, is that I am wealthy, right? So I like to talk about wealth here I'm already wealthy, because prior to, I was really like striving for a certain number, in my bank account, or a certain level of success, whatever that was. And then I had to start to evaluate, like, is that what you want, or is that what you think you're supposed to want? Right? Is that what society says that is success, or is that what you say is success? Right? So we don't have to pick up other people's ideals and goals and aspiration. We really should sit with ourselves and say, hey, what is it that you really want? Is it that you want X amount of dollars, or is it that you want the life that X amount of dollars can give you? So like the book, which a lot of people read, what is the name of it? The 4-Hour Work Week, talks about the fact that people think that they need millions and billions of dollars to live the life that they want, but there are different ways that you can arrange your life so that you'll be able to actually do the things that you want to do. Take more vacations, spend more time with family, things of that nature, whatever it is, or friends, or whatever it is that you like to do. And so organize your life and your goals and your aspirations around those things, right? And focus on those things, and you will realize that you have so much more in your life already. You don't need to like reach this big, mountaintop or plateau to be able to do the things that you want to do. It's already at your disposal. So that is the third lesson that I learned, that I was already wealthy in the sense that I'm a mother, and I love being a mother. I'm a wife. I love being a wife. I have a wonderful, amazing partner, and these are things that some people don't have. Maybe they don't want them, but I have to realize the value and the goal that's within that, right? I'm a business owner. My business is successful. I've been in business for over 10 years, and so many small businesses, I forget the statistic, I don't want to say it wrong, but it's something about 1% of small businesses are successful, past a certain number of years. I definitely jacked that statistic up, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's not a lot of people who stick around. So I'm able to have an income for myself, support my family, travel, have people who work for me, have them support their family, they're traveling. All these things are coming out of what I've put my hands to do, and that is wealth, right? That is part of legacy. So friends, this year I've been able to spend more time with friends and really be there and really value that time. And I've found it to be super rewarding. And I found there to be so much value there when you're actually present and paying attention and grateful for the experiences that you have, for the people that you get to experience life with. So that was another point of wealth that I found in my life. I've talked about family, and then I got a few assets, nothing crazy, but there are things that, I've been able to amass, and I'm super happy and grateful for what I have. So those are the lessons that I learned, and I want you to use this episode as a point of reflection to think about what are the experiences, the people, the accomplishments, and things of that nature that you have within your life that you could focus on, that you could, write them down and look at them. Recently this week, I was feeling a little down because I'm still human, right? And so what I did was I wrote down all the accomplishments that I've had, I've been in this news article, I've been, featured here, I've been, I wrote a book, this, that, whatever. I wrote all these things down, and I was like, girl, you're doing a good job. You know what I mean? You're doing a good job. So focus when you're feeling this way, or you're having this, you've built this monument of, wow, I gotta do this big thing called legacy. I have to impact, I have to build, I gotta get, I gotta get all this money, or whatever the case is. Think about, take a minute and slow down. What are the things that are going on around you? What is life trying to tell you? And focus on the things that you already do have. I hope this episode was good for you. It feels good to be able to share this. I hope it's impactful and helps you sort of to find more joy and more peace in your life. And And this episode is brought to you by the Ambitious Legacy Firm, and we do legacy and estate planning. So if you have any questions or any needs around doing a will, a trust, finding out more about what this whole area of law is about, we're happy to help you. The firm information will be in the notes, so you'll be able to reach out to us. And if we can't help you, we'll be happy to send you to anyone in our network that would be able to help you. So love you all. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you next time.